Hey everyone, you're with Tesla Tom. Thanks for joining us on Ludicrous Feed. Today's video is about my PowerWall 2. I'm going to give you a snapshot of what happened in October with regards to how well it performed. Just quickly again, I live in Sydney, Australia. I live in a 5-bedroom, 2-story house. There are 2 adults and 2 children living in my house, and I have a 3 kilowatt solar array with a PowerWall 2, which has a 13.5 kilowatt hour capacity. October in Sydney is basically right in the middle of spring. Interestingly, this month we've had lots of rain. The Bureau of Meteorology reported that we received 167 millimeters of rain in Sydney in October, whereas we normally average 77 millimeters of rain. So we received almost 2.5 times the amount of rain we normally receive in October in Sydney. My pool pump ran for about 4 hours every day, and October, because of spring, we didn't use any heating or cooling at all. And because of that, I didn't have to use off-peak charging, as I did sometimes during winter, if you've been following my videos. So here is a summary of the performance of my PowerWall 2 in October. The first box is the month of October as a whole. My household was self-powered 76% of the time, with 40% coming from solar directly, while the remaining 36% was indirectly coming from the PowerWall 2. In the final week of October, when the rain finally subsided and the sun came out, I was self-powered for 91% of the time, of which 49% came directly from solar, 42% came from the PowerWall 2 indirectly. So that fills me with confidence that leading into summer, I'm going to be pretty close to 100% self-powered even with my 3 kilowatt solar array. Here is a graph summarizing the weather over the last 4 months. The yellow vertical columns indicating the average daily solar production in kilowatt hours. You can see in October, even though we were heading into spring, there was actually less solar production per day because of the rain. The yellow and the blue lines represent the average low and high temperatures in Sydney over the last 4 months. You can see that the average highs are actually reasonably consistent. It's actually the low temperatures that increase as we head into spring, which means we get warmer nights compared to what we do in winter. Number of sunshine hours decreased, interestingly, in October, again contributed by the fact that we had so much rain last month. This graph represents how self-powered my house was over the last 4 months. As you can see, from July in the middle of winter towards spring in October, my house was becoming more and more self-powered, from the low 40% in July to close to 80% in October. The green line and area under that curve represents the PowerWall 2, and the yellow line and the area under that curve is the solar production in percentages for all 3 different variables. As you can see, in October, it's becoming more equal with regards to the amount of solar and PowerWall 2 contributing to how self-powered my household is. Now, this final slide is a combination of the last 2 graphs, and I apologize if it looks a little bit messy. Feel free to pause the video and have a look at yourself. The one trend that I will point out to you is the fact that how self-powered my household is correlates quite strongly with the average low temperatures in Sydney. So to see what I mean, concentrate on the color blue. So let's look at the boxy steps going up. That represents how self-powered my house is. And then compare that to the other blue line that's also heading in the same direction. That is the average low temperatures in Sydney in degrees Celsius. So they tend to correlate together, and I think that is due to the fact that because low temperatures are going up as we're heading into spring and summer, my family requires less heating overnight, which makes my household more self-powered just by that fact alone, even though there's actually less sunshine per day, which is that red line going down into October because of the fact that we've had so much rain, which then of course generates less solar power for the house. Alright guys, thanks for watching, hope you've enjoyed that. Please leave a comment below if you've got any questions, or if you'd like to comment on anything you've seen today on the video. Otherwise, I hope it's a lovely day wherever you are in this world, and as always, happy charging. Thanks for watching, and thanks for being part of the energy revolution. If you haven't done so already, be sure to hit subscribe to stay up to date with our latest videos. If you're about to buy a Tesla, use my promo code Thomas7208 to score 6 months of free supercharging. Happy charging!